Welcome everyone to episode 11 of the Well That's Terrific podcast. I am Tom Cruz.
And I'm Mr.S.
And we have quite of an episode in front of us right now. We saw Morbius yesterday.
We did.
And how do we feel?
Yeah.
What did I tell you? I'm just gonna start from the beginning. What did I tell you?
You did tell me. You
did I not hit the nail on the head on this one?
You did. But that's the thing, though. Like, before we start, talking about Morbius, like, I want to make it known that I really, really try not to look at any spoilers or anything at all. Like, I don't care if the whole world hates a movie. If I like it, I'm gonna say I like it. So that's why I really don't care as much for it. But I guess in this case, what I'm trying to say is, like, Tom Cruise was right, and so were a lot of people.
So, I mean, I'm with you. I knew that everybody was saying that this movie wasn't good, but I didn't want to go based off that. I didn't hear any reviews. I only saw that it wasn't getting good reviews. I saw the scores that it was getting.
Right.
But I didn't read or hear or see any reviews. I wanted to go in a little, blank. I just wanted to, establish my own opinion on it.
Yeah, it's the best.
But with that being said, let's read what this is about, right? It's Marvel Comics, not Marvel Studios, Sony, and here's the plot. Biochemist Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but he advertently infects himself with a form of vampirism instead. Cool.
Right.
And it stars Jared Leto, and it's directed by Daniel Espinosa.
Correct.
Who I believe we've seen in a couple things. He directed Life and Safe House.
Nice.
I actually really like Safe House.
Yeah.
Life, I saw Life. I don't really remember it though.
I haven't seen Life.
Who's in Life? Oh, that's the Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I saw Life.
Nice.
Life was alright. I don't blame him for this movie. Nope. I actually don't blame the director. Nope.
Okay.
I blame the writers and the editors and Sony.
Okay, so spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched it yet, go watch it, come back to us and hear us out. Second, I kind of blame everybody a little bit. I blame directors, I blame, the writers, producers, I blame Sony, I blame COVID, I blame everything. I blame everybody. If there's one person I probably don't blame, it's because Jared Leto. It's because I feel bad. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I don't think he did a bad job per se. I feel like...
Shout out to Jared Leto. He is now in the worst Marvel movie and also the worst DC
Joker.
movie.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I feel bad. I feel bad because I don't think it's all his fault.
I like Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I like Mr. Nobody. If you ever seen that movie,
Yeah.
Mr. Nobody is a great movie. And I didn't think he did bad in this movie. I don't think a lot of the actors did bad. I actually think that the pool of actors that they chose was actually a good pool of actors.
Bro,
I personally think.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with that a little bit, but
I even think the kid versions were good in terms of the actors. The only thing that I didn't like or what stood out to me was immediately the writing was really bad. Writing was really bad. Everything felt forced. Everything felt rushed. You can clearly tell there were scenes that were deleted and removed and they were rearranged. This was like they edited this a lot. And if you consider the fact that this movie was delayed like 4 times.
Literally my point. Literally what I was trying to say too was, like, this movie was recorded in 2019. This is 3 years prior, right? And, like, there's been so many delays, and the only sense of, like, relief you get because of delays is maybe they're perfecting something, maybe they're figuring something out, or they want to make sure, like, the fans
that's you being an optimist,
right?
But...
Well, I have to be, whatever. But in this case, there were so many delays, and at the end, it felt incomplete. It felt
you can see the writing on but you can see the writing on the wall pretty early when it came to this movie, right? You already know it's a Sony. You see it's a Sony movie. I told you that already. It's like it's a Sony movie. You see what happened in No Way Home. You see what happened in Venom. You see what happened in Venom 2, right? So Venom
this makes
was
Venom look amazing.
Okay, yeah, but you see Venom, right?
Yeah.
Venom, I honestly didn't like Venom. I did not like Venom at all. And then it sells very well, so a lot of people go to watch it, so they make Venom 2. Venom 2 comes out, they did the little edit, the little after credits tease. And then it's funny because they do the after credit scenes only for him not to be in not to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't care what people say. He wasn't in the movie. He wasn't again the after credit scene. That doesn't count. That's not a continuation.
But that's Sony, man. That's Sony's way of setting up No Way Home.
I know, but that's what I mean. Is like you can see the writing on the wall pretty early, and then another big red flag was all the delays, the embargo. So the reviews for this weren't up till a couple of days ago. It's like you can usually tell if a movie's good by how long, or if the studio has faith in the movie by how long they wait for the embargo to lift. So if they Marvel Studios, for let me give you an example, Infinity War or something like that, that might be the exception because they're trying to keep secrets. They're they're not trying to reveal stuff.
Right.
But a movie that people have faith in, they usually or that the studio has faith in, they'll usually lift the embargo a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance, even more. And then you'll know, like the reviews. Okay, this movie has a 9, a 10, because they're using the reviews as kind of promotion. Versus this movie is doing the opposite. They don't want the reviews to be out because they know that the movie's shit. They don't have faith in the movie.
Yeah.
So the embargo was up 2-3 days ago, right before the movie's out, because they want you to buy the ticket and then be in the theater by the time you realize the movie's bad. I don't know. I feel like I called it because this is just Sony trying to force themselves into the MCU. And it's very unfortunate because I feel like they lessen the value. They are decreasing the value of Marvel Studios by making this, because I was in a theater where people were actually clapping when this movie started and clapping as the movie ended. And I'm here thinking, like, did they enjoy the movie? Do they actually think this is part of the MCU? And I'm here thinking, like, the casuals are going to be really upset, but also, like, I can't believe they would believe that this is part of Marvel Studios. I don't know. I just don't. I feel like they're using Marvel's fan base to basically guarantee money. And not to go on a rant, but this movie's already projected to open to 30, 40, 50 million. Yeah. What does that tell you? They might get a sequel out of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, you're right. You're right for like everything that you just said. And like, it's, to me, it's like, it's very clear that Sony is milking, what they're holding on to. They're milking it for money, they're milking it for sequels, whatever. And it's just, to me, it's like, I don't understand how Sony, like, if the movie is bad, fine. But I don't understand how you can make things worse before the movie comes out. And I'm talking about Daniel Espinosa's interview, before the movie came out.
That I will blame him entirely.
That's insane.
That's when I'll completely throw him on the bus. He spoiled the entire movie before it was out.
That's insane. Fine. Let's talk about that. Then we're gonna talk about Michael Keaton. If you watch the trailer, he's in the movie. He has scenes throughout the movie. Spider-Man's poster is in the movie. They took all of that out.
In the trailer. This is all in the trailer, and then none of it is in the movie.
So what is that? That's a concern for me. Like, honestly, that to me is like, I don't give a shit how this looks. We're gonna play with you, and like here's this shit ending that we just gave you. Like, that to me is so. I want my money back. Like, that's insane. Like, I knew they were gonna do that, but like, I just don't understand the logic of it. Like, the production team, whoever's in charge, is just like, yo, we literally just did that. Now we're taking it out. Why are we doing that? Like,
I can tell you exactly what happened. Right, this movie got delayed so many times they didn't know what the edit was gonna look like. So they took the first cut and they said, okay, we're gonna make a trailer out of this. And I'm sure the first cut had the Michael Keaton scene when he first gets arrested and when he first gets released from jail.
Yeah, and
that was probably all in the movie originally, and then they decided to cut it. And if you see the after credit scene, which a lot of people from what I'm hearing actually left before the after credit scene, you can clearly see that the after credit scene was Michael Keaton was not there. That was all just CGI, CGI, and then they used his voice.
Yeah.
And then Jared Leto was just acting against I don't even know if Jared Leto knew what scene he was in.
Yeah.
He was just saying some things, and it didn't make any sense.
And it shows. That was poor. Like, what dialogue is that? Did you hear that dialogue? What is that?
Yeah, it was really bad.
I don't know why I'm here. It has probably something to do with Spider-Man, but like, what?
Yeah.
What?
The writing is so bad, bro. The writing is so bad. But look, I'm hearing here that It's projected to sell 50 million. Yeah,
No.
could be the first of 350 million plus openers, despite its terrible reviews.
Oh my god.
And then it's also getting 5.7 million on Thursday previews. Now, this is the problem because, again, I see this as them taking advantage of the Marvel audience because the Marvel audience thinks that this is Marvel Studios. They go to watch this movie, and then boom, you watch this. They already got your money. Now we're gonna make a sequel. I mean, the sequel hopefully won't get the same amount of viewership, but if this movie does good, I don't think Sony cares about the reviews.
Oh god, there probably is gonna be a sequel because of that whole fiance at the end shit, where she like kind of.
Stupid too.
Oh my god, man!
My girlfriend was so upset. My girlfriend was like, "There's no way they're doing this. There's no way they're doing this."
That makes no sense because that means that everybody else whose blood you drained is, right?
I don't know. There's a lot of plot holes here. There's a lot of cut scenes. I don't know if she was turned through due to the bite or she also bit her own lip. I guess to get him to. Again, for a movie about vampires, there's surprisingly little blood in this movie. That's another big complaint that I had. Yeah. And then there's so many scenes that feel like they were cut. I don't know how Lucian or Milo turned into a vampire to begin with. He didn't steal the vial when we first see him get into the scene because you can see the vial there in the very next scene.
It's clear that this movie has a lot of scenes that they removed. I think that has a part to play in here. So like I think that's what that is, but that's how this looks so bad. There's nothing. There's like the continuity of this movie. It's just it's all over the place. Like there's so many things that just.
I also
don't make
feel
sense.
like the cops served zero purpose in this movie. The cops did nothing. What was the point of the fucking cops?
That funny, quote unquote, funny detective was so annoying. I found zero pleasure in his character. I found him to be not funny at all.
I sent you this message. I said, if you've ever had a cat, since when has a cat come to you when you shake its litter box? That is not a thing.
Oh my god!
Anybody who's had a cat knows that's not a thing. How did the entire writers' room or everybody who read the script didn't catch that and say this? Yo, that's not a thing. Like he shook the
bats
litter
in New York
box.
are not a thing.
Okay, I can excuse that because of the movie. Whatever, we're watching a vampire movie. Whatever. But he literally shook the litter box, waited 2 seconds, and said, "Cat's not here."
I just hated his character. You're right. The cops were. Okay, let's start. How are we gonna start? I want to start and just try to hit every point possible with this movie.
Okay, before we even do that, I can tell you, right? Again, I was being optimistic as I saw this movie. I thought the first half of this movie was okay.
It was decent.
It hits a point where it just becomes bad instantly. But like, the first half was okay, and then I feel like Milo also had no motive. Like his motive was like there was nothing there. The cops were pointless. The girlfriend was like forced love interest. It was just all of a sudden they're kissing. There was just a lot going on here. It just didn't work.
It was predictable. It was a predictable movie. The only scene that I thought wasn't predictable was like when he's like leaving and the cops stop him. I did not expect for that to kind of happen. I thought he was just gonna walk away, like But
no, that's probably I agree with you. The only thing I would say that I liked about this movie, the only thing was the effects. I thought the effects were cool. I thought it correlating with what they had on. Like he was wearing orange, so the effects were orange as he was moving around, and then he's wearing the jacket with the purple inside, so now it's purple, so it matches his character. I thought that was cool. I thought the effects were cool. Outside of that, I don't think this movie had any redeeming qualities. But if you want to break it down, we can break it down. This movie starts and he goes to a cave in Costa Rica. Yep. Right? Is that the beginning of this movie?
Yeah, it's Costa Rica. He goes to a cave in Costa Rica. He has a crew.
Cuts his hand.
He cuts his hand so he can get the bats out. His goal is to capture some bats. I think he's trying to test their organs or blood on
something that they do to
whatever it was.
Drink blood.
Yeah, and
then we go to a flashback sequence and we meet Michael as a young kid. You can see that he all his friends or his roommates keep on, I guess, dying or whatever, and he always names them Milo. It kind of reminds me of The Witcher. If you ever played The Witcher, where all his horses are called Roach. What is it, Roach?
Okay.
But so it's kind of the idea where he like every one of his friends or his roommates, he calls them Milo.
Right.
And then he meets the new Milo, which is Lucian. We'll know him as Milo for the rest of this movie. and he's another kid with the same blood disorder. And they're in this home with the father type figure, played by Jared Harris. And he's an interesting character, I would say, for the little that he has in this movie. Where do we go from there? He gets, he's a genius. He helps him out. Milo passes out. He helps him. He fixes the machine using a spring. So the doctor slash father figure,
Yep.
basically decides like, hey, you can do more. You're really smart, and basically sends him out to school.
Right.
He becomes a doctor. They try to give him an award, and that's when it goes back to present time, and we see that he's been experimenting with bats, and he has all these bats in his little lair.
And then,
I'll
first
let you
of all,
continue from there.
before he goes to the lair, his like Martine, his like love interest slash doctor, nurse, woman, whatever, she calls him while he's attending to a patient, and she's like, "Oh, she's in trouble." Apparently, he rejected a Nobel Prize, or if that's he rejected.
Yeah, they gave him a prize,
which I wish I saw. I wanted to see it. I don't know why they didn't.
They cut it. I don't even know why they showed the scene right before.
Yeah, like what a waste. Like, if you're not gonna show me that, why you like, you know?
Yeah, it was that scene right there shouldn't have been included at all, because they showed him about to receive it, and as he was gonna do his speech, they just cut to the next scene.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're gonna do that, I might as well just cut out the scene entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the point of that? But yeah, you hear her say that he rejected a prize because he said it didn't fix the issue. Right? We still have basically he didn't feel like he earned it.
Right. Whatever. So they introduce his lab, and he's like working on it. You can see that he's clearly testing, vampire, samples or cells on like mice,
rats. He's testing
whatever.
these vampire bats. Yeah.
Yeah, and at first it looks unsuccessful, even though his computer says everything passed, like they match and everything's stable and all that stuff. Then he attends to his patient again, and then, as he's attending to his patient, like Martine tells him, like, "Oh, look, it actually worked." So he's like,
the mouse revives, basically. So the mouse had died, and when he first gave him the serum that he had just made, again, you can already hear that this kind of sounds rushed. So immediately, first, she instantly finds out that he's been doing this experiment with bats. There's no backstory. She just, boom, finds it. Then on the first try, there's no failed attempts. On the first try, boom, nails it. The rat comes back to life, and he's like, "Okay, we have to do this. Now we're gonna do human trials." Immediately, human trials.
Immediately.
We go back to Milo as an adult. We beat Milo as an adult. He's kind of like, I don't even know. Is he a gangster? He has like these gangster friends.
I don't know. He's like rich. Like, I don't know.
Is he rich though? How is he rich?
I think so. He has like all that money and all. No.
Yeah. I feel like there's backstory there that was cut, because it feels like he's rich, but we don't really know how he's rich.
Things just don't make sense. There's no, I don't know.
Yeah, and then he tells them, they go on a walk. He tells them, basically, look, I'm close, but it has to be done overseas. And this scene is just there so that later on he can look at the TV and know that that's Morbius when whatever happens in the ship happens, right?
Yeah.
So, whatever, fast forward, now, the very next scene, he's in the ship. They're doing this experiment. And they're getting ready to inject him.
And then she injects him, and he's, like, in this, like, safe room, she's strapped to, like, the table or whatever you want to call the chair. And this guard or whoever's, like, helping them out on the ship is, like, coming down, and he's bothering Martine, and they're distracted, and then they look back into the room, and Michael Morbius is not there anymore. So they go into the room, and he's like on like the ceiling, like backwards, like like kind of like Spider-Man, like with his hands up. and all shit breaks loose from there. It's like a whole nice, fight.
He kills everybody.
He kills everyone. He
kills everybody without showing any blood.
I want to stop here. Actually, I want to point out that this movie, because it just reminded me. I want to point out that this movie is a horror movie.
It is a horror movie.
Huh?
It's a vampire movie.
Yeah, I want to say that it is a horror movie. I feel like it kind of blends in with what we're talking about too. Because I don't know, there were like scenes. I think what I'm trying to say is that
there were scenes where they were trying to make it horror.
Yeah, but it's clear that it is a horror movie. So that's that. But Yeah, you're right. No blood. I don't know if that's part of their thing, or maybe because it's PG-13.
No.
I don't know.
It's because it's PG-13,
Yeah.
and I feel like this movie could have actually been better if it was rated R. Not to say that it would have been amazing.
Oh my
but
god. Yeah. Do you know why? Also, the whole blood drinking scene, like the scene for him when he's drinking the artificial blood, is so corny. Oh my god.
Which one?
Every time he drinks it, every single time he drinks it, how he holds it like this and then.
Oh yeah, I don't know why he does that.
Like,
Why
that's
does he drink
so
blood like
garbage. Like, I want to see him rip it and drink it. I want to see it dripping. Like, like it's like.
that? Yeah, they didn't show any of that. Then you never see it even drip on his face.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing.
It was so fake. It looked fake to me, and it's just like.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And then my girlfriend actually brought up something. I was like, why is animal blood never an option here? Like, why was that never, like, he makes his own artificial blood, but animal blood, it was never even considered.
True. I guess their
Like,
first
it's
instinct is
like
like, yo, let's kill somebody. Let's drink them for their own blood. But yeah, like, so he kills everybody on the ship. He jumps off. He, like, calls Mayday, Mayday, so people can come, and then he jumps off.
He doesn't kill her. One of the guards hits her.
Yeah.
And she goes out conscious.
Right.
So much that she's out for like a day. He hit her fucking hard. But he doesn't kill her.
Yeah.
Whatever. He kills everybody but her. And then, what is it? When he wakes up, he's fucking shredded. We got this man right here with a 6-pack and brolic now all of a sudden.
As opposed to walking with, like, crutches and walking abnormally. Just,
yeah.
you know.
So all of a sudden he realizes, okay, this worked, but not exactly how I thought. He has this quench for blood. And then he calls Mayday. He jumps overboard. And then that's when the cops are kind of introduced, right? They find the bodies. They find the nurse, but she's out conscious. And they find his little origami that they had established early on, that he has this little obsession with origami.
Right. And I just want to just point out, like, because you said the cops like had no scenes and whatever. What a waste. I think what a waste of the cops. Only because in every scene that, like, yeah, another victim had drained blood, drain. Like it led to nowhere. Like, I was waiting for them to be like, oh, like he's like a vampire, and let's see this and let's test it.
He teases it,
or make it make it
the cop teases
bigger.
It.
I know he teases it, but like let's make it bigger or something. And
yeah, it should be huge. It should be huge.
It was just nothing. Like, yeah, let's put him in the cell.
You find out
like,
find out vampires exist, and you just like casually.
Oh
like,
my god,
okay.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
But the guy's like, the guy does have that one scene where he like brings holy water to visit him.
Oh,
He's
right.
3 times blessed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought that was, you talk about when Milo visited him in the cell?
No, the cop when he goes to visit him, when he goes to talk to him after they arrest him.
Oh yeah.
The cop, the both cops.
Yeah,
when he
goes when he goes like afterwards, like when he's in jail and he goes, "You don't like me when I'm hungry."
Oh my god,
Shut
that fucking Incredible Hulk quote.
Yo, get out of here, bro.
He's like, you wouldn't like me when I'm hungry.
Like,
come on.
I could just picture dudes just writing it and be like, yo, you like this? Be like, yeah, I like that. Put that in there. That's so garbage.
They literally just took fucking the Incredible Hulk and just changed one word.
Insane.
Instead of angry,
it's
hungry.
insane. So, oh my god, so innovative. Wow. Well, where are we? Yeah. So they like. Okay, so yeah, he's turned into like a vampire. So now he's like kind of timing it, seeing how long it lasts without blood, and seeing his like abilities.
He's seeing how long the artificial blood is lasting, because he's noticing that he's surviving less and less amount of time.
The effectiveness wears off.
Yeah. It wears off after a certain amount of time. He doesn't want to actually drink human blood, so he's drinking this artificial blood, which is what he had gotten the Nobel Prize for, or whatever he was going to.
Right.
But he's noticing that it's being less and less effective as time goes. It's only lasting him a certain amount of time, and it's decreasing.
Right. And he's testing his like abilities. He's obviously improved. Like, he could walk and run and jump, and he's like, he has this incredible hearing, ability, and like what you call it, also the vibrations. Like, like I kind of like that scene. Not scene. I kind of like the way it looks.
I forgot what that's called again.
The cover scene, like when his eyes go like that and like it's all black. I was like, yo, that's a dope scene.
And he throws the ball and he catches it.
Yeah.
But what's the name of that? The Eco Radar or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
But which I question, by the way, because there's some scenes that are there that don't make sense to me, but we'll talk about it in a bit.
I think it's perfect that this movie came out April Fool's Day. Because they can just pretend like it didn't exist.
Yeah, you think that's why they pushed it? Like, yo, let's just push it until April because this movie's garbage and I don't want to touch it anymore. Fucking horrible.
It's like if we release it April 1st, it could just be a prank. It never existed.
Do you know what bothers me though? Do you know what bothers me is that people actually have jobs and get paid so much money to do this, to deliver a movie to the fans. So why not listen to fans? Why not make fans happy? Why are you going to be greedy? So you'd rather be greedy, make money, but have a shit movie that you know people are just going to watch anyway because, you know, whatever. Instead of giving people what they want.
I don't know. It sucks, man. I don't know, man. They're holding this movie hostage, basically. That's the way I feel.
And honestly, like, not because it's a bad movie, but I don't think like they should have made a movie about Morbius. Like, I would have been okay without it. I would have been okay if one day he just popped up as Spider-Man's villain, and then he has like a quick flashback of what happened, and boom, that's it. Like, there was no need for this movie.
Yeah, that's what they would have done in the cartoon. Yeah. But so here's the thing, right? They're taking any characters they have and seeing how they can be interesting, and Morbius is a pretty interesting character. Now, how I think this character could have been done better or well would have been if it would have. I don't want to say if Marvel Studios made it, but this, like, just to give you an example, Fox made Deadpool. Deadpool was a great movie. Mm-hmm. If the people who made Deadpool made this and it was rated R, I could see this being successful. Only because it needs to be rated R. Then it needs to be taken seriously. Although Deadpool was, you know, it's a comedy, but they were true to the source material. You don't necessarily have to be true to the source material, but you need to know where you're working.
Right.
Here, they were just trying to make a movie. They were just trying to make anything for the sake of, you know, it's gonna sell regardless.
Right.
What kind of sucks to me is like, and I don't know, this is actually something that everybody's kind of looking at Disney for, and you know, Disney has a lot of pressure here because all their movies are PG-13, and now they own Fox Studios. Now, you know, everybody's looking at them like, are you gonna make Deadpool PG-13? Which they shouldn't. Deadpool should always stay rated R. Yeah. And from what I hear, it's gonna stay rated R, which is gonna be interesting for Disney to make that movie. Now, here's just to throw another layer. I wanted to eventually get to this, but they're making Blade. This would have been a great opportunity to do Blade and Morbius. You know, Blade versus Morbius, or work your way up to it. You don't necessarily have to do Morbius and Spider-Man. Like, I don't know how you establish this Morbius and then have it go against Spider-Man. What do they have to really hate each other for? Like,
especially when you end Morbius.
Makes no sense.
When you end Morbius like a hero. Like
exactly.
Like I don't.
He's a hero.
Yeah, and then
he's an anti-hero.
Exactly, and then you get that end credit scene, which makes no sense. Like there's like no motive for him to join like the Vulture. Like what? Like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It's definitely rushed. It's definitely not looked.
Well, you see, that's the same thing that happened with Venom, because Venom starts off.
This is worse. Yes, this is worse than Venom.
Yeah. I know, but Venom is supposed to be bad. We know this. And it's okay for him to eventually become an anti-hero, but they just made him an anti-hero to begin with. Yeah. So now you basically turn Venom into a hero, and it's not really connected to Spider-Man at all, which is like, what the hell? I don't know. I just feel like it's a lost opportunity, and it sucks because it just resets the time. It's just like all the Fox properties, right? Yeah. Even though the way Disney has been handling this is actually smart. So all the Fox properties and all the Netflix properties, that's what I meant to say, Netflix. So you have Daredevil, you have Punisher, you have Jessica Jones, you have Iron Fist. Out of all of those, Daredevil was probably the best one, right? And then you got Punisher. Punisher was amazing. What they did with Daredevil is they did a soft reboot. They kept the same character, right? They kept the same actor who played Matthew Murdock from Daredevil, right, and they put him in Spider-Man. Yeah. It's not a continuation. It doesn't continue the Netflix TV series, but it's the same actor.
Right.
So it establishes kind of that multiverse. So in the future, I mean, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, and they would probably wait a while before doing it, the same way they waited a while before doing Daredevil. Is like, let's say 10 years from now, if for some reason Sony didn't have the rights to this anymore, they could reintroduce Jared Leto as Morbius, but it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this Morbius.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Right.
It would be an alternate
it makes
version
sense.
of this Morbius. But what I'm saying is, it sucks that they did this because it delays it from actually ever being done the right way.
Yeah, I think, given the movie's story, given the movie's poor editing, also, like I told you, like there's like 3 scenes there where like the voice didn't match the lips, you know, and that
there was dubs. I count one with Tyrese, and then there was another.
There was one with Tyrese. There was one with Morbius himself. And then there was also another one towards the end. I forgot. But when like that whole battle, like when that battle happened, like by the way, that was a horrible final battle. The beginning you can't really see what's going on much, and also like lasted like 5 minutes. But whatever. This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So given the movie story, given the movie's already bad, what you call it, assumptions because of the delays, given the movie's poor editing, given the movie's poor characters, poor everything, things don't make sense, poor writing, this movie is just disgusting. Like overall a mess, and it's just so sad because I would have loved to see this actually happen. And if he was introduced to the Sinister Six a different way, or like, I don't know, like just it would have been one
It's
to
crazy
remember.
to me. It's crazy to me that they're still trying to do the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Like they're really trying to do that. And
Well,
on top, I mean, I hope that out of this, you know what kind of sucks, right? I feel sorry for the other Spider-Man. I don't think Tobey Maguire will come back, but everybody wants Andrew Garfield to come back. And I have a feeling that if they do decide to continue this way, it's not going to be with Tom Holland. Tom Holland said basically he's taking a break from Spider-Man, so we're not going to see him for Spider-Man for at least another 3 years or 4 or 5 possibly.
yeah, but see, I don't, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, but I also don't like that. I don't like
Well,
that because why do that? Why?
he doesn't want to do it anymore. You got to respect it.
Yeah, I know, but like, I just feel like
He doesn't want to be. He wants to do other stuff. He doesn't want to only do that.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I really don't mind that. But like, why does it have to be 3 years? Why can't you wait a year and a half, film it, and then let it come out another year and a half? That gives you a year and a half break to do whatever you want to do. You know, like
I don't know, man. He's working on other stuff, and maybe he just doesn't want to act at all. I don't know.
Spider-Man is he's 24, 5, whatever how old he is. He's
Yeah, but that usually happens to those people who like they're like it would probably happen to us too, where it's like, okay, you're super excited for this role, but you're now aware of like how big it is, and now you're Spider-Man, and every time somebody sees you, you're like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man. Everybody wants to jump out. He's probably overwhelmed with like
yeah, no,
fans' reactions and everything.
That's different, but also like you know what role you're applying to, you know, and that's the thing. Like, if you're not gonna commit through, I like Tom Holland a lot. I'm not saying anything against him at all. I think he's a great Spider-Man. I'm just saying, if you're gonna do that, I feel like you're doing more harm to the character and to the fans than good. That to me, at least, I don't know.
Here's the way Disney's probably gonna see it. Disney's gonna say, okay, this is a good opportunity for us to flesh out every other character, because they can't have Spider-Man be the new Iron Man, where he just like carries the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm.
You know, now you have Doctor Strange, you have all these other characters. You can introduce Blade. You have, you know, it gives you an opportunity to introduce a whole bunch of characters. You don't have to rely so much on his movies, because you know his are going to be a guaranteed success. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't think, one, he wouldn't want to do it. If they decided to do Sinister Six, he wouldn't want to do it with Sony alone. He would want to include Disney, and Disney wouldn't want to make this movie. And then I would see them still circling around to basically saying, okay, No Way Home was a success. The one thing that they got out of No Way Home was, okay, now we can bring back other Spider-Man without touching that. Basically, they'll be like, okay, Disney, you can play with Tom Holland Spider-Man. They're still making money out of him.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, they'll establish another universe with another Spider-Man, which will be the Amazing Spider-Man, most likely. It'll probably be Andrew Garfield.
I'm for it because I would love to see Andrew Garfield again and Toby. I'm actually praying. I'm praying Toby's actually somehow in Doctor Strange's, you know, madness.
I don't think they're doing any more of that. But I don't think Toby will come back just because he's already old at this point. But I feel sorry for Andrew Garfield, because his whole thing is like he wanted to do the MCU thing. He did.
He really did.
It was taken from him.
Yeah.
It was taken from him. And now they give him the opportunity to finally come back, and he does it. And now if they offer him another role, it's gonna suck if they basically like, okay, you want to be the Spider-Man in the shitty Sony universe. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but then it begs the question too. Like, if they're making Venom 2 and Morbius and all these shitty movies, you know, I mean, shitty sequels after bad reviews, but a lot of, you know, money, like a lot of box office numbers. Like, I don't understand why they couldn't do like another Amazing Spider-Man 3. Like, I know Amazing Spider-Man 2 flopped like big time in terms of reviews, but it did make money too. So why did they just continue it? That makes no sense to me.
I don't know. But the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the whole ending was the Sinister Six. That's all they wanted to leave for.
But that's what I'm saying. Why couldn't they, you know?
I don't know. Their whole thing is that they wanted to basically make another big franchise out of it. But I don't know, man. It doesn't work for them. They're not making great movies, so nobody's going to be interested. And then, again, look at this movie, and then take into consideration all the other movies that they want to make. And what is it, a Black Cat movie that they're working on?
Yeah.
Whatever else they're working on. And these are all like supposed to be in the same Spider-Man universe. I don't know.
I don't know. But let's go because we're kind of sidetracking. Let's just go back to the movie itself and just because like there's not much to talk about this movie. This movie is 1 hour and 45 minutes. That to me is crazy because I know it was probably going to be at least 2 hours. 2 hours 20. Who knows?
There's probably like 2 hours and a half.
Yeah. So like a lot of stuff were cut off and they're just scenes in this movie.
And they promoted this movie heavy.
Yeah.
Think about the amount of promotions that you see for this movie.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of money on marketing.
And to me, like this movie had a lot of things that really didn't make sense to me. For instance, the whole scene with Milo and Martine the first time. Can you explain to me what the difference is from the first time then to the second time? There's no difference. He meets her in the lab when she's trying to get stuff for Morbius, and he's just like, oh, tell him I'm looking for him and like I can help him or whatever he's trying to say. Yeah. And then nothing happens with Milo.
Yeah, he basically lets her go.
Yeah, he lets her go, but nothing happens at all. He just kills that guy who's looking after him. And then we're back to square one with Martine again, and this time he like kills her. Like this makes no sense to me. Like that to me was a waste.
There was a scene in between. He speculated that they were together, and then basically he goes to talk to her to find him, and he doesn't find him, and then after he kills the father figure, the doctor, he sees them. Remember, they made it a thing to show that he sees them kiss in this rooftop, and then that's when he goes to the doctor, and then he takes that time to go back to her and kill her. Basically, he got confirmation that she was a love interest, and then he decided to kill her.
Nah, that's still whack to me. I feel like I feel like it's still useless.
It's still super dumb.
Redundant. Yeah, very redundant. Very redundant.
The back and forth was absolutely ridiculous.
And also, if this is what I'm trying to figure out, if Michael Morbius was able to, when he escaped prison or the jail, stay on top of the building and hear where Milo was, how couldn't he have heard that conversation that was happening the first time between Martine and Milo?
I don't know. I don't know where he was at that point.
Like this is like stuff like that. I just don't understand. Like make it make sense.
Nothing makes sense, bro.
Yeah, this movie it's really hard to construct a solid review of this movie when this movie itself was all over the place. Like, it's very hard. I feel bad for Jared Leto. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is. I feel bad. I think he was the only one who did his thing, with what he was given with.
I liked the bad guy. I just feel like he didn't have any story.
Matt Smith. They misused him. He
could have done a lot.
Yeah, he could have done a lot.
He plays a good villain. He looks very sinister.
I would love it. If somehow, yeah, he does. He looks sick, even as a vampire. Like his face is caved in. It's like whoa. But I would love it if somehow Sony was to release all the scenes they deleted, and I would love to put them together myself and be like, you know what, I have a different view on this movie. But
you want the Snyder cut of this movie?
Yeah.
I don't know if I care too much about that.
I would because this movie is so dramatically different. I can already tell it's so incomplete. It's so rushed. It's so it sucks.
Yeah, I just don't care anymore. Like I at the end of the day, it's Sony, and to me, it feels like it's not gonna go anywhere. So it's like.
So what you're saying is no matter what movie Sony makes, you feel like it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, not even that. It's not gonna go anywhere. Honestly, what I can tell all the listeners is just don't watch this movie. Don't watch it, because if you go watch it, you're only giving them a reason to watch the sequel.
I don't want my money. I mean, I pay monthly, but if I was to pay for this per ticket, I want my money back.
I know, but it's just, again, if by you watching this movie, you're only giving them a reason to make a sequel. Unfortunately.
My God, I was so upset with
wait for streaming. Wait for digital. Don't watch it in the theater. Don't even pay for it. Go download this illegally.
Yeah. You heard it from Tom Cruise, everybody. Tom Cruise.
Oh, man.
But, no, you're right. And it's like, that's another thing, too, is the ending scene really, really bothered me. The after credits.
So there's no after credit scene. There's 2 mid credit scenes.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them. But
this movie, if you waited to the after credits, if you waited 10 minutes on the credits to see the ending that they gave you here,
you would have been pissed. You would have been flabbergasted.
Oh man, that would have been the longest 10 minutes ever. Yeah, the after credits was just super forced. Again, Michael Keaton was not in the movie at all. They basically cut him out of the movie
Yep.
and then decided to show him in the after credit scene. There was no reason for him to get teleported onto this universe. That doesn't make any sense. They basically said, "Hey, No Way Home did this, so we're just gonna open this rift here and say this is No Way Home, and for some reason he came here. We don't have to explain why." And then boom, they just let him out of jail because he appeared in a cell. And then all of a sudden he has a more advanced vulture suit that he just invented on the spot, I guess. How did he get a vulture suit?
He probably went back to his place. It doesn't make sense. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. He doesn't exist in this universe. He doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
And then he invented the tech in the Spider-Man movie based on like the leftover gear from like all the battles in Avengers. So like it doesn't make any sense. They don't even exist in this universe. He just made it on the spot. Like I don't know, man. This movie has so much stuff that it's just like, what are they doing?
There was no time card, right? After that whole final battle with Milo, there wasn't a time card, right?
No.
Okay, I just want to confirm. Okay, so let's review some things.
Even that was anticlimactic. It just like zoomed into him and then it just gave you an M in the credits.
Yeah. Let's review. Let's review all the things that led to this, or all the negative things. Right? This movie was delayed 25,000 times. Yeah. This movie, Daniel Espinosa, director, he spoiled it in an interview.
Oh yeah, he spoiled the entire movie.
Okay.
The trailers showed content that was not even in the movie.
Yes, scenes were deleted. Content wasn't there.
They basically baited us with content from the trailers.
Those are three main things. Am I missing anything?
No.
Okay.
Outside of that, we could talk about the movie itself. You know, it was very poorly edited.
Yeah. Well,
The writing was
poorly
really bad.
Edited, dubbed, weird editing. Writing was bad. No blood. I didn't give a shit for the characters. I'm sorry.
I thought the love interest was very poor.
Very poor.
Like that whole
dialogue
story
was weird. No story really there. No backstory in terms of the whole love thing. Nothing.
The whole love thing felt weird. Man.
It felt weird. Forced. Milo's character was misused a lot. They could have done a lot more.
Yeah, Milo's story had no motive. Milo had no motive.
Yeah, cops
just like all of a sudden I'm bad.
Cops were there for no reason. Pointless at all. There was no. It's like if I saw. It's literally like right now. If you turned into a vampire, I would have been like, all right, that's literally what it was. It's like nothing.
The dumbest cops. Again, that cat scene, and then pretty much every time that other cop that wasn't Terry said anything. Which is terrible.
And the movie wasn't funny. Like, there wasn't a moment in this movie I was like, like, there's always a moment. Like, Venom, it sucked, Venom and Venom 2, but it was funny. It had funny, it had funny parts. Yeah. It's like, this was not funny whatsoever at all.
Bro, even when he said, "I am Venom," where he did that scene, I was like,
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, stop, like,
He doesn't even, like, mention, I don't know. That was so weird.
Oh, that's another thing. In the trailer, he goes, "I am Venom." Nah, I'm just kidding, and he says something to him.
He doesn't. That's not happening.
He doesn't say that here. So what?
He doesn't say, "I'm just kidding." He just says, "I'm Venom" and walks away.
That is even worse. That was. I guess the funny part is when he breaks his hand. He's like 6 to 8 weeks or some ibuprofen, whatever. But that still wasn't funny. Like, oh my god, it's insane. It's so insane. Is there any positives for this movie that you have?
For me, honestly, the only positive was the effects. I thought the effects were really good. I thought it was cool to see him flying around. I like the way that the colors sync.
I have another question. Maybe I'm nitpicking here. Maybe I'm going too hard on this movie. But can you please explain to me how the A-Train is faster than Milo as a vampire? Because Jared Leto, Michael Morbius, is in the train platform. He's watching. He's like doing his echo radar thing. Milo's coming at him with his vampire effects, and the train is behind him, way behind him under the tunnel, or whatever. And then the train ends up being in front of Milo, and then he jumps in front of it and flies away.
It doesn't make sense.
That to me pissed me off. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, I didn't catch that, but now that you mention it, doesn't make sense.
It's insane, man. It's insane. I'm just looking at this movie like, why are you doing this to me, man? But. Yeah, the pros. You said the effects. Yes, the effects are not bad. Jared Leto again. I think he did well for the role that he was given.
I don't think the pool of actors was bad. I mean, I don't know about the girl, to be honest, but I thought What was the name of the bad guy? What's his name?
Milo, or Lucius, or Matt Smith.
No, Matt Smith.
Matt Smith.
I thought Matt Smith was good too. So I thought Matt Smith and Jared Leto. I think in terms of acting, I think he's a good actor. I think he wasn't used properly as a character. He was trash. I thought the actor, again, you could have taken these actors and done a much better job. Like you could make the same movie amazing with the same two actors.
That's the thing. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if like the original, like I'm just wondering.
I don't think there's a cut of this movie that's good.
You think? No.
No.
Damn.
I think it because then remember there's a cut of this movie that has Murderer with Spider-Man in the background.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Oh my god. I don't know.
But that didn't make any sense. I told you they cut it out because they knew that they baited us and it didn't make any sense.
And they baited us with the wrong Spider-Man. Like it's Tobey's Spider-Man. So it's like, oh my god, what's going on?
They didn't know which one they were gonna use, so they were like, oh, we're just gonna make one up. It's okay.
Sony,
you don't have to mention Spider-Man.
Sony, listen to me if you're listening out there. I like your equipment. You know, your movies are killing me. You know, I'm a fan, but
he's like, I'll buy your PS5.
Stop it. Stop with this shit. Stop it with these horrible movies. Stop giving us stuff that you think fans want to hear. Stop giving us stuff that does not make sense, like where we can't tie things together. Just stop. I can't no more. I can't. But what's your rating, my man? What's your rating, Tom Cruise? What's the rating? Wait.
3 out of 10.
Wow, you're nice. You're polite.
You give it a 3.
I'm gonna give it. You know what? Fine, I'll give it a 3. I was gonna say 2, but I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3.
1 point for each actor and 1 point for the effects.
That makes sense. Horrible. Let's see what IMDb gave it.
I think
I can't even see it. Can I see it?
What? I think IGN gave it like a 5.
4.8. 4.8.
I'm gonna give this movie a 3.
I'm gonna rate it.
I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it again. I wouldn't recommend watching it. Even if Sony made no money, I wouldn't recommend watching it.
Yo, 1,000 people gave this a 10.
That's IMDb. IMDb doesn't count. Anybody could do that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, I'd rather have like people who see. I mean, I don't know. It's whatever.
All right, so what's your rating here? You said 3?
3. I'm giving it 3. 3.
All right. I just want to point something out. This movie has a 16% tomato score by critics, but 65% audience score. So it's not rotten on Rotten Tomatoes on the audience score. And just to give you a comparison of another movie that has the same audience score, but also a Rotten Tomato score. Halloween Kills has a 66%.
I was waiting for it.
66% audience score.
Listen, man.
But a 40% by critics. I mean, it does have more by critics.
I'm telling you right now, Halloween Kills, it was a great movie. Say what you want. I loved it.
I could tell it wasn't just by you mumbling.
Nah, it was a great movie. I do think there are things there that didn't make sense. I feel like I was so let down in the extended cut, in the uncut version, where the
extended cut was actually worse.
No, but here's what bothered me. I guess because I was waiting. To me, the only thing that really stood out to me from Halloween Kills that I really didn't like was Tommy. And when that nurse gets out that car and somehow she ends up all the way up front. I remember walking out the theater. I think I told you. I think I said, nah, that was cut out. You know, there's something there. Yeah. And the fucking uncut version is the same shit. I'm like, yo, what a waste. Like, what a waste.
She fucking teleported.
But, nah, that was a good movie. Yeah, man.
This was Halloween Kills, written by the same people who wrote Morbius, clearly. Evil Dies Tonight, and so does Morbius. Such a bad movie. Alrighty then. What else do we have?
Go ahead.
I don't really have anything else. I was waiting for you to say something.
No, that's pretty much it. This episode is going to be just about Morbius. You know, we said we would talk about it, and we did. We didn't do horror trivia in the beginning. I feel like it's better now. Like, we decided if we can close it. I think it's kind of fun. Something to, you know.
Something to take off the sour taste that we have.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me open this deck because it still has the plastic.
Oh, you're doing. Oh, okay.
What do you mean?
I also wanted to say thanks to people who have been listening from the very, very beginning and who have been here and supporting us. Like I said, we do this for fun, but our Batman video on YouTube has 1,200 views.
Really?
Yes, it does.
Awesome.
So I want to say thanks to everyone who's been, you know, supporting us. It really, really, it makes us, you know, happy. You know, it makes us feel good. So thank you. 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 T happy. Like it does. And it makes us feel like we're doing something right, and it pushes us to do more. But yeah, that's that.
All right, you ready?
Nope, not at all.
Cool. What original Friday the 13th film did Jason get his mask? See, I wish I had this question because I know the answer.
The sack mask or his regular mask?
His original mask, like the
Third one.
his hockey mask.
Third
mask,
one.
Yeah. Yes. The answer is Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Correct.
Okay. This 1954 film features a prehistoric gill man who kidnaps a scientist named Kay and falls in love with her.
Oh God, 1954.
Yes.
The Gill Man.
No, come on. You know this.
I know this.
I don't know if you know this, but it's a classic. Think of like Frankenstein, The Mummy. This is one of those.
Hold up. A Gill Man? I can't think right now.
The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I feel like there's so many episodes like in kids' cartoons that like this. I feel like there's a Kim Possible episode about this.
All right, this should be an easy one too. Stuntman Kane Hodder is best known for portraying what character?
Jason.
Yes. Oh, another Friday the 13th one. What 1988 film directed by Wes Craven centers around an anthropologist sent to Haiti to research voodoo?
Oh, I know this. Wait. 1988. Hold up. Wait. I swear I know this. Hold up. Give me a hint.
Somewhere over the
Rainbow Mountain.
rainbow. That should be a pretty. All right, I'm spoiling him. The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Oh, damn.
Clearly, you did not know the answer.
Clearly not.
Okay, David Nutten and Griffin Dunn play a pair of unfortunate backpackers in this 1981 lycanthrope classic.
Lycanthrope?
Lycanthrope. You know what that is?
No.
Lycan. Come on. Lycanthrope. Think of vampirism, but you know what I am.
Wolf.
The joke that I made right before.
Wolf.
American Werewolf in London.
There you go.
You never seen that movie?
Yeah.
You never seen that movie?
No.
Oh my God! Guys, he's never seen American Werewolf in London. Incredible. What 2002 movie sequel directed by Guillermo del Toro featured Wesley Snipes as a half-man, half-vampire daywalker? It's easy.
I don't know, man. This is a tough one. Blade.
It's Blade 2 because he
Blade
did not
2? Wait, so there's Blade 2, then
Blade
Trinity, right? Yeah.
Bob Clark directed both A Christmas Story and this 1974 Christmas slasher movie. It's not really Christmas. I don't know that. Like, I wouldn't know that he directed this, but there's not many Christmas slasher movies.
Christmas slasher?
Think of.
Start with a K?
There's only like one. No, it's not that one.
Starts with a K? No, it doesn't start with a K.
It's not.
Okay, hold up.
It's only. They've remade this a couple times too.
I don't know.
Oh, this next question is ridiculous easy. The answer is Black Christmas.
Black Christmas. Bro.
How did you don't know Black Christmas?
We should start doing multiple choices. We should make our own multiple choices.
Nah, that's not how it works, man. That makes it too easy. What was Leatherface's weapon of choice?
A chainsaw.
The answer was a chainsaw. Okay. What is the cursed object in the 2009 movie Drag Me to Hell? Oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one.
Oh, Sam Raimi. Drag Me to Hell. Cursed object?
Yes.
A doll.
Nope. Come on. You don't remember this movie?
I do. Hold up. I saw it a couple of times. Wait, I know this.
Don't say a doll. You know it's not a doll.
The House.
No, it's the button. Remember, it's the button in the envelope. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What snack is what snack is Tallahassee searching for in Zombieland? It's an easy one too. Come on, have you seen Zombieland? You never seen Zombieland? You gotta watch this movie.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of Zombieland.
Why?
Don't they have a sequel?
Have you seen it? Yeah, they have a Zombieland 2, but it's not as good as the first one. So Zombieland is fun.
Is that with Bill Murray or is this no different?
Bill Murray's in the movie.
Yeah.
But it stars Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, the guy from Facebook.
And Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. My wife's seen it.
He's-
My wife mentions it actually.
he spends the entire movie in the middle of a zombie apocalypse looking for a Twinkie. Best
Oh, I
for
think
a
this was actually famous. I think I've seen memes about this actually.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
The film written by Quentin Tarantino about a gang of vampires in a bar was also made into a TV series. Damn it gives you a statement about the movie and then it gives you a
Yo,
hint.
thanks.
It was
Thanks. That
also
really
made
helps.
into-
Vampire Diaries.
Come on, you know the answer to this.
Do I? Do I really know the answer to this?
You don't know the answer to this? It stars George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino himself. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, actually.
Wait, hold up.
There's also this really funny scene right before they enter the bar. It's a titty bar, but it's funny. Come on!
Give me a hint.
What's her name?
This is not Kill Bill.
No, it's not. This is Quentin. Well, it's Quentin Tarantino
Yeah.
with the Kill Bill, but no. I said George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino are in it. And what's her name from this latest Marvel movie?
Yeah, just tell me.
It's the last From Dusk Till Dawn. Can't believe you've never seen From Dusk Till Dawn.
You know what's crazy? There's so many movies I've seen that you haven't, and so many movies you've seen that I haven't. Maybe we should start talking about those.
What do the gang of killers wear as for disguises in the 2011 movie You're Next?
Pig masks.
It's animal mask.
Whatever, animal masks.
All right, that was the last question.
Surprise!
I think
I'm
we got,
asking you too.
All right, you just wanna. He doesn't feel satisfied.
Oh, I'm
because he got so
satisfied.
many
I got a
questions
couple
wrong.
of right. Actually, no. I'll save them for next time. Do you shuffle them the way I do?
Yeah, I do.
No, it's okay.
And then I pick all the hardest ones.
Yeah. You're Next. You're Next was
No,
actually
seriously.
a good movie.
Seriously, you didn't know From Dusk to Dawn, so that's not my fault.
No, I did.
I thought that was an easy one.
Listen, there's some movies I haven't seen that I have to, which I love. I have to put them on my, little.
Yeah, but like you should be ashamed.
Very, very ashamed.
You haven't seen From Dusk Till Dawn.
Honestly,
I don't know, man.
there's probably movies out there that I've seen that I don't know the titles of. I'm not even kidding. No exaggeration. There's a lot of things I've seen as a kid that I just don't know the names. But also George Clooney, I feel like I never really saw his movies besides Batman.
Damn, that sucks for you, man.
Yeah.
He has a lot of good movies,
Oh.
and Batman might be his worst.
It is. It's a horrible movie.
Not many that are horror, but yeah. Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
So with that being said, stay far, far away from Morbius, and tune into the next episode.
Don't forget to.
Because if not,
don't forget to follow us on Instagram at That's Horrific and Twitter at That's Horrific. Also our YouTube channel. We do post our episodes out and then we post our YouTube videos out afterwards. So please, watch, listen, engage. We are here for you guys and tune in next week. Because if you don't,
well, that's horrific.
peace.